And good morning, it's your friendly neighborhood Tironan, and today we're going to be looking at the J7W1 Kai. This is a aircraft that was actually being put into production at the time that Japan surrendered. Uh, the previous video just covered this where I gave a terrible performance as a pilot, and I wanted to show the aircraft in a better light. Okay, so a little bit about the aircraft. It's fairly maneuverable. Unfortunately, it's an aircraft that got kind of pressed into a multi-role type of role by World of Warplanes, and as such, it has to it lost some of the things that were intended for the aircraft as it was being produced. It was a pure interceptor with a couple of bombs. It had a limited bomb capability. Um, which kind of goes along. You'll see it earlier in the U.S. line. The Wildcat was shown as a multi-role fighter and had a couple of bombs on it, which I think happened 6 times throughout the entire war because the aircraft was so overloaded that and so overweight that nobody in their right mind would ever put a bomb load on it. You're seeing something very similar here. Now you notice as they have it outfitted here, the aircraft is it comes with 420 millimeter guns. It was designed strictly for the role of taking on B-29s, and B-29 was one tough aircraft. And it flew very high, and it moved at some 330 knots. I guess the best thing can be said about this aircraft right now, it does not have great altitude performance. It does not have great speed, um, which is kind of strange. And you know, I'm really flying with a one. Uh, yeah, I'm being scissored by the two of them, which is not helping. And that is indicative of when you have an aircraft too high and not maneuverable enough and not fast enough to be in the regime that it's in. So we're going to come screaming down, and we're going to get the heck out of Dodge here because everybody and their brother is coming in on me. And yeah. All right. So a couple things about this aircraft. I have flown it now a couple times with very little success. It is going to have to limit itself to under 5,000 feet. The maneuverability is okay. The actual firepower is not bad at all. And I'm going to have to go find some friends because this is just not working. So if I sound a little frustrated, it's because I am. Frankly, there's a lot of things to lament about this aircraft. It is not fast enough for its tier. It does not. It's being limited to a low altitude role, which at best is unfortunate. And so you play a boom and zoom, or a tourney fighter in a boom and zoom game, which is really is at this point. and you hope that some other Boom-Zoomer doesn't eat you alive in the meantime, which seems highly unlikely. You'll notice that I am totally defensive now. And I do not dare stay at this. As you can see, I already had another aircraft coming around, and I am spending all my time trying not to get shot down instead of adding anything defensively, or offensively, I should say. Finally, there's a god. You'll notice the aircraft is very turny. You can't really complain too much about that. But it's awfully, at this stage and at Tier 8, there's just not a whole lot of use for turny fighters. I mean, I am in the bottom of a bowl right now. While you have things like the P-51D, as a sole aircraft. Not real sure what's going on there. Oh, this is awful. No, this is not World of Warcraft mess, or my computer messing up. This is World of Warcraft. Just literally, my frame rate is down to 42. Hopefully that'll get better. Oh, that was really strange. Okay. Alright, as you can tell, the aircraft is just, is pretty good aircraft. It's really not too bad at all. It's just, it's got to roll. And unfortunately, in my opinion, and the role that has been shoved into at this tier, it's the wrong role. It's not that anything is terribly wrong with the fighter, as much as it is when everything is a boom and zoom. I mean, your U.S. P-51H is a 500 mile an hour, 500, outfitted correctly, is a 508 mile an hour aircraft, and you're sitting here at in the lower 400s. In a place where other people are going to take 262s on a regular basis because they're so good at this level, you understand the point that I'm making here. This is becomes a very rough road to hoe, as it were. Now the firepower is excellent. You really can't complain, and it's going to do nothing but get massively better. When you get 430s, having looked at this plane, you're going to find yourself in a position where getting in front of this is just going to be sheer death. Now that will come with a much lower. I made one. Oh, that just doesn't make any sense at all. Didn't think I did that well. Okay. You probably saw. I'm just stunned. I'm sorry. I expected to come in the bottom 3 or something. And to give you an idea, you can see how hard I was working to get this out of this plane. Got good aircraft. I shot down 6 aircraft and helped with 2 more, which I assume means I really shot down 8 aircraft. Which is the only thing that would explain it. I guess we did better than we thought we would. I'm sorry if I sound stunned because I really am, but that's okay. All right. This is an aircraft that's going to scream for upgrades. You're going to need every firepower and speed upgrade you can get on it. It's just that, I'm not going to lie, you're going to need every bit of it. Here's the thing you're going to notice. All right. You're at almost or 2,428 feet. When you come down here, you're going to be down to 1,900 feet. But let's take a look at this. You're getting 440 damage per second here. When you come and get this, you're getting 200 times 4, 800. All right. And when you come down here, you're going to go up a little bit, about another 10%. But here's the difference. Let's take a look at this for a minute. Yeah. Okay. We're going to take that because we need it. Purchase and mount it. But when you actually come into range, you're just delivering a whole world of hurt. I'm trying to see if there's any range difference. I thought that there was, but perhaps there isn't. Okay, so I'm guessing that you just get another, not unsubstantial, 20 damage per second and a rate of fire increase. Okay, then that's fine. All right, so you're pretty well set up here. It comes with bombs. You can put them on if you want. If you do, it costs you 12 miles per hour. You can actually make that up by coming here and upgrading your aircraft with the new engine, and that will give you 13 miles an hour. And so that will make that up for you. And then you can come in here and actually get up to 466. Now, folks, even for propeller aircraft, you're running about 10% low. Okay? Just cards on the table. A lot of them are approaching 500 miles an hour. A couple like the P-51H are doing slightly better than that. In equipment, you're going to want to get aircraft polish too. Okay. You're going to want to get the lightweight airframe. And you're going to have a bit of a judge here as to whether you want control surface adjustments or you want engine tuning, and let me explain engine tuning because I've heard some confusion on this. It only affects the amount of acceleration while you're under thrust. Okay? It does not increase your maximum speed. But it gets you there that much faster. All right. There's a number of things you could try. And that's going to have to be up to you. I honestly don't know what to tell you on that one. Number of things that you could try. You could go with improved radiator, get some more boost out of the thing. You could get, but my thought would be get some more turn out of it because with the aircraft polish, you probably got just about the maximum amount of speed you can get out of it. You might as well get some more turn out of it. And then you're just going to have to be a very canny player. In a lot of ways, though this is a much more effective aircraft, it reminds me a lot of ways of flying the Hayabusa Ki-43, because there's lots and lots of aircraft out there. You are going to be insured gunpowder equal to anybody. You can take on a Tiger Cat nose to nose. So in that regard, it's not a Hayabusa, but it's like a lot of turn and burn fighters. You're sitting at the bottom of the pit while all the Indians in the world circle around you and get ready to kill you, Custer. That's, that's what it feels like. Now, once you get this, you may see an entirely different feel to it, because a few seconds burst with 330s will tear anything apart, and this is just going to make it worse for the enemy. Okay, so my next goal will be to get to get the engine upgrades, and then I'll get some additional power, and maybe eventually I'll put a bomb on it. I tried it a few times with bombs that just made a bad situation incrementally worse, and I'm simply not going to do that with this aircraft. It has enough problems. Is it a bad aircraft? Not at all. And if you like turn and burn in Tier 8, you're going to love the aircraft. You obviously, as you just saw, can get good performance out of the aircraft if A, you're paying attention, B, you're paying a lot of attention to your radar, and can absolutely break yourself out of that. And we all do it, and I'm maybe the worst of every pilot out there. I want to hang on for another second or two and finish off a kill. If you do that in this game, at this tier, with this aircraft, you're going to have a really irritating time, because they're not out there with 208 points or 330 points. They're out there with over 500 points. There are starfighters that I have clawed out of the sky that have M61 Gatling guns. Yeah, 6,000 rounds a minute spewing 20 millimeters. And if you think that there's an aircraft in the sky that will tolerate 2 seconds of burst from that thing, you're wrong. And you're going to see that here. All right. And firepower, this is going to be very similar to a 262, because it had 430 millimeters. And so when you get the guns on this thing, it's going to deliver a world of hurt quick. So the aircraft that comes in here that wants to eat your lunch and you get your nose on them, you can deliver one extremely ugly surprise. But if you get surprised, or if you get taken from behind, if you stop paying attention to your radar, you're going to be the duck in the soup instead of the guy grinning like a Cheshire cat. It's just that unforgiving a play style. Nothing wrong with the aircraft. It's just, that's what it is at Tier 8 with this aircraft. Okay, you're able to dish it out with the best. Yeah, you can't take it with the best, and I doubt that there's that many aircraft out there that could take it. Yeah, you got 400 hit points on that, which is more than sufficient. But gun systems are now something you can't laugh at anymore. You can't take 3 seconds of fire from them, because the first 2 will kill you. So, there you go. Please remember to like the video if you like the video. And if you don't, hey, thumbs down me, but tell me what we can do to change it. You know, this is not a channel that I do these videos for me. I do them for you. And anything I can do to make them better, I want to do that. Thank you. Please remember to subscribe. We're a relatively new channel. We need all the subscribers we can get. I want to thank you so much, and humbly from the bottom of my heart tell you how much I appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you tomorrow.